Our next speaker will be Ron Cravat. He's in the past engaging humor, and it's Project 2, connect with your audience, 5 to 7 minutes, and the title is Shmura, No Ordinary Matzah. Since this is a humorous speech, do you think that we should unmute so that we can laugh?
It's not really a humorous speech, it's in the humorous path, but not all the speeches in humorous path are supposed to be funny. This is not one of them that has to be funny.
Okay, so you want us to be muted so you can't hear us laugh?
Yeah, that's fine. But don't mute me.
Okay. All right. Please welcome Ron Cravat.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. As many of you know, today is the first day of Passover. It started last night. And one of the requirements of Passover is that we eat unleavened bread because our ancestors were slaves in Egypt and they had to hurry to get out of Egypt, so they didn't have time to wait for the bread to rise. Therefore, we eat matzah. Today, the purpose of my speech is to introduce you to another form of matzah called Shmura matzah, and to explain to you what makes this different from all of the matzahs. Now, you can go down to your local grocery store and pay $3 per box or a box of matzah, you know, the typical square matzah that comes in a nice little box, but don't kvetch if it tastes like cardboard. Or you can spend $34 a box on a box of Shmura matzah by ordering online at matzahonline.com from these gentlemen who are busy making sure that this Shmura matzah is perfect. Today, I'm going to proffer you reasons to justify the expense of paying $34 a box. Now, some people pay even more. Matzah that is produced the day before Passover starts, people line up for blocks in the Borough Park section of Brooklyn to pay $60 a box for that special matzah. So $34 a box is actually a bargain. So we'll start off with the word Shmura. It's Hebrew for guarded. It means guarded against leavening from the time that the wheat is harvested all through the process. It starts off with the growing of the wheat. When you're growing the wheat for Shmura matzah, you have to use cow manure, the product of these lovely ladies, not synthetic fertilizer. Now, normally when we think of wheat being grown in the United States, we think of North Dakota, Kansas. No, won't do. This wheat must be grown in Arizona. Why Arizona of all places? Well, the dry climate guards against accidental leavening, which you can't have that. So the wheat has to be plucked after the kernels harden, but before new shoots sprout, because if new shoots start to sprout, then it's no good. You don't want that. Then, once it's plucked out of the ground, it has to be stored in climate-controlled environments. It has to be exactly 11 to 12% moisture level. Too dry, and it won't bake properly. Too moist, and, well, it'll start to leaven, and of course we can't have that. The next requirement is that it must be drawn from a well. The water that is used in baking the matzah needs to be drawn from a well after sunset, but before nightfall. This is a very special time of the day. It's only a few minutes each day, but it's a requirement because that prevents sedimentation in the water. So after we have this checked off, we have the water and we have the wheat. So now we're ready to start the process. Once the water is added, the matzah has to be completely baked within 18 minutes, because if it's 1 second after 18 minutes, it's just like Cinderella after midnight. It loses its touch and it must be thrown out. And then it has to be portioned, rolled out into the big flat circles, and perforated, nice little perforations that you see in all the matzah. Then it's draped on poles, long poles. You see them all draped on these poles, and then placed into a 1300 Fahrenheit wood-fired oven for exactly 20 seconds. After each cycle, the surfaces are scoured, the hands are scrubbed, the roll is replaced, fresh paper put down on the work surfaces, and the process starts anew. At that point, this nice young gentleman carefully inspects and boxes all the different matzahs one at a time to be shipped all over the world, including my home. And so now that you've got your Shmura matzah, you can enjoy it plain or with charosas. That's a special thing that we make. And it's a combination of nuts, apples, grape juice, cinnamon, and I like to add some ginger and some hot peppers and 3 different kinds of nuts. I go crazy with it because I've been making it for the last 50 years. So that's how you enjoy it. So today I hope that I've successfully introduced you to the Shmura matzah, why you would want to pay a premium for it, the significance of it, and how you can enjoy it. And if you want more information, you can go to the Jewish Telegraphic Association's website, and I have the link down there. It's Shmura matzah for Passover season, why it's so expensive. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Ron. Now we need a minute